Imagine an animated sitcom about a washed-up 90s star. Sounds like another throwaway adult cartoon, right? Full of cheap laughs, crude jokes, and tired pop culture references. Well, BoJack Horseman does have its fair share of those moments, but it's also so much more. And the surprising part? It's actually funny. But it's also something so much deeper, something so much more human. If you've been on the fence about watching it, maybe you've heard it's really good but haven't been convinced yet, this video is for you. Because I want to tell you, without any spoilers, why BoJack Horseman is absolutely worth your time. And why it's not just a good show, but one of the most honest, profound, and unforgettable series out there. And my personal favorite show of all time. At its core, BoJack Horseman is about people. Except some of those people happen to be animals. It's set in a surreal version of Hollywood, where anthropomorphic animals and humans coexist in this bizarre satire of our own world. That world gives the show plenty of room to play with visual gags and absurd humor. But what makes BoJack special is that it uses this absurdity to tell very real, very human stories. It's a show about fame, sure, but it's also about feelings of loneliness, addiction, identity, self-sabotage, and the search for meaning. And it's not afraid to explore the darker, messier parts of life. This is a show that acknowledges the complexity of being a human, or a horse, or a dog, or a cat. It does this with a level of honesty that's rare on TV. The characters are a big part of what makes BoJack Horseman so powerful. BoJack himself is a fascinating character. He's deeply flawed, often selfish, self-destructive, and hard to root for at times. But the show never reduces him to a simple caricature. He's a person who's struggling, who wants to be better but doesn't know how, who makes mistakes and has to live with the consequences. And BoJack isn't alone. The supporting cast of Diane, Princess Carolyn, Todd, and Mr. Peanut Butter all feel like fully realized characters with their own arcs, struggles, and journeys. They change over time, sometimes in subtle ways, sometimes in dramatic ones. And as you watch, you find yourself caring about them deeply, even when they make decisions you don't agree with. It's a show where no one's purely good or bad, they're just people trying to figure life out, and I love it for that. What's also incredible about BoJack is how it tells its story. It isn't just a series of random episodes or disconnected jokes. It's a show with a long-form narrative where choices matter, and where events from season 1 echo all the way through the finale. The writing is nuanced and often surprising. It's not afraid to take risks, whether it's experimenting with its animation style, using an entire episode to explore a single moment in time, telling a story in an episode with no words, or delivering a gut punch of emotional honesty when you least expect it. There are episodes that will make you laugh, others that will leave you sitting stunned in silence, and some that will probably make you cry. And it's in those contrasts between humor and heartbreak, between absurdity and sincerity, that BoJack Horseman finds its power. It reflects real life where joy and pain can coexist in the same breath, and I think that makes it a really unique show. And then there's the show's willingness to engage in hard topics. BoJack Horseman doesn't shy away from talking about addiction, mental health, toxic relationships, and the idea of legacy and what we leave behind. It looks at how people hurt each other, sometimes intentionally, sometimes not. It explores how trauma can ripple through a person's life and how hard it is to break free from destructive patterns. And while it doesn't offer easy answers, it does offer the viewer a sense of hope, that people can change, that they can grow, even if it's messy and imperfect. And the show asks you to reflect on your own life, your own struggles, and how you relate to people around you. It's not just entertainment, it's the kind of show that stays with you long after you finish. But for all the heavy themes, BoJack Horseman is also incredibly fun. It's sharp, witty, and full of clever wordplay and visual gags. The writing is tight, the world building is creative, and the animation is filled with little details that will make rewatching the show a joy. It never feels like it's trying too hard, it just feels honest, and that balance between serious and silly is something only rivaled by a show like Golden Age Simpsons. It's a show that doesn't talk down to you, but instead invites you into its world and asks you to care about these characters, flaws and all. It is important to mention that Season 1 is widely considered by fans the weakest season of the show. The early episodes are uneven, the show's true potential doesn't become clear until later. But trust that process. BoJack Horseman grows significantly in both tone and storytelling after that first season, with some sparks of that potential visible throughout Season 1. What starts as a satire of celebrity culture becomes a layered, heartfelt journey with surprisingly emotional depth. So if you're looking for a show that's not just another cartoon comedy, but something that will challenge you, move you, and maybe even help you see the world a little differently, BoJack Horseman is absolutely worth your time. It's funny, it's devastating, it's weird, it's beautiful. It's a show that reminds me that even when life feels messy and complicated, we're not alone in feeling that way. It's not always an easy watch, but it's the kind of show that makes you feel, and that's something truly special. So next time you're looking for something to watch, give BoJack a chance. You might just find your new favorite show. Thank you for watching.